Hey, MCC. What up? LVA. Good to see you guys. You guys get a lot of snow up there, MCC?
I'm out on that.
I'm near Sandusky right now.
You're clear.
I had to drive out to a client's job site, fix some computer shit. 4 or 5 inches. Yeah, we got like 2. It's already melted here.
And I apologize. Were you back in service or waiting for that female's ride to arrive? Well, yeah, some gas. She's on her way.
Steve got my number if you want to call or text. In fact, I have to do some service on my main PC. My motherboard's going out. But yeah, it's a pretty screaming system. I mean, it all depends how much you want to spend, man. Because computers are like cars. Once they go off the lot, their value goes down, and every couple of years the technology is almost doubling. The wife's following right behind me. We're gonna stop and have some dinner. She needs gas though, so I gotta stop. We gotta stop and get her some gas. All right, now we're back on the freeway. It should be good now. Shouldn't disconnect nearly as much. Lose everybody? Yeah. Everybody gone. They thought I disconnected. We still here. We back.
7240, check up. Check here. You're clear.
We're back. Sorry about that. Told you guys it was going to be intermittent until we got on the freeway here. Or highway.
What?
Ooh, a little bang bang here. Crunchy crunch. Other side there.
Here, sir.
This all had snow on it on the way out there, and it's already melted off. What's it up to? It's 37 degrees here now, though, so that would be why.
Yes, sir.
What's causing all that? Oh, I think there's a power plant over there. Wow. Gonna have the wife stop for gas here. Coming up. Probably do it on the other side of Woodville. Let me make sure she's got enough gas to get to Lauderdale. With the drive-through, will do. That's what I was thinking too. Wanted to make sure you had enough to get that far. they have no viewers. Did I lose everybody? Okay, I got one now.
$72.34. What? Was it 1084 Bridgewater that you went out to? He's advising that's the address they have. Clear.
She's going past me. This ain't going fast enough for her.
$72.00. Fine. I'm back here. You're fine. I'll be back out here. You're good. Great for our view. Good. John Young Lincoln 7263. John Young Lincoln 7263. Subject to a Veronica Thompson 47 out of Fremont at that address. Validness on a 2018 gray Jeep.
Freeman's got a new video out too. I'm gonna play that.
So their claim and reason for kicking in his door and pointing rifles at him and his family was that he allegedly carried a gun into a school in violation of Texas Penal Code 46.03. I called pretending to be a concerned parent. They adamantly deny that anyone ever carried a firearm into the school. But if the department knows absolutely for a fact that Ismail did not carry a gun into a school, as they told me, why did they claim that he did on a sworn affidavit that they used to obtain a warrant to kick in his door? This is Jim.
Yes, Jim, good afternoon. This is Officer Abdul with UISD Police Department. I was told that you had a question regarding an arrest, sir?
Yeah, I was told that somebody walked into one of our schools with a firearm on him on February 28th.
No, sir. That is incorrect, sir. That is false. There has been nobody walking into our campuses with a firearm, sir. Information, I am the public information officer for the police department. There has been no arrest in our systems having to do with anybody walking into a school campus. Thing that I cannot discuss with you. One, I do not know exactly who you are.
I'm well known in the community. My name is Jim Johnson. Everybody calls me Grande.
Okay.
You can call me Grande Johnson. On February 28th, 2023, Ismail from Corners News went to the tax office to pay taxes. When he entered the building, he was carrying a toy that looked like a self-defense tool on his hip and a sign on his back that reads, "Taxation is theft." 2 days later, as a result of his visit to pay taxes, his home is raided by United Independent School District SWAT team, and he is arrested. Ismail was charged under Texas Penal Code 46.03, Places Weapons Prohibited, which states that a person commits an offense if the person intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly possesses or goes with a firearm into a place where firearms are restricted. As per Penal Code 46.03, these places include schools, polling places, courts, racetracks, and certain secured areas of airports. Unlike many states, it's not illegal to carry a firearm into a government building in Texas. And as a matter of fact, Texas Penal Code 411.209 prohibits government from prohibiting firearms in any government buildings except those areas specifically legislated to be gun-free zones. Obviously, a tax office is not listed as a place where weapons are restricted in the code that Ismail was charged with. So why was he swatted, arrested, and charged? Because the police claimed that the tax office was a school. So why are they claiming that the tax office is a school? Well, apparently the school district owns the building that the tax office is in and leases it to the tax office. But when I called them undercover, pretending to be a concerned parent, all of the school staff and police adamantly denied that someone carried a gun into a school or educational institution in their district. They are trying to have it both ways, saying that he carried into a school so that they can prosecute him, while at the same time claiming to parents that he did not carry into a school so that parents won't be concerned about the safety of their children.
Hello. Here to pay taxes. Okay. Correcto. Okay. ¿Ya está ahora? Thank you. Hello. Go ahead.
Can you be paying all these accounts together?
Yeah, I wanted to check, do I only owe this past year or do I owe the previous year as well? I don't remember if I get paid my last year.
no-knock warrant too. That's fucked up. I'll be right back. I gotta run. Oh, she's got her card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone else here with you?
No.
No? Okay. Y'all don't have school?
Yeah.
Okay. Come out with us. I want to take care of you. Daddy. He's okay. Nothing's gonna happen.
So their claim and reason for kicking in his door and pointing rifles at him and his family was that he allegedly carried a gun into a school in violation of Texas Penal Code 40. But of course, I make the phone call. Okay. I call pretending to be a concerned parent with kids at the school, making the false claim myself that they allowed someone to carry a firearm into a school where my children were present. They adamantly deny that anyone ever carried a firearm into the school. Yet, they still have pending charges against Ismail for allegedly doing exactly that. This is Jim.
Yes, Jim. This is Officer Abrego with UISD Police Department. I was told that you had a question regarding an arrest.
I was told that somebody walked into one of our schools with a firearm on him on February 28th.
No, sir. That is incorrect, sir. That is false. There has been nobody walking into our campuses with a firearm, sir.
Okay, where's this story coming from then, and why am I being told that somebody was allowed to walk into a school with a firearm and conduct business for like 20 minutes and then still go?
I don't know where you're getting that on campus, correct? Unless you're law enforcement and you have to be in uniform, sir. That walked into any of our school campuses armed.
And on February 28th, 2023.
That's correct, sir.
And okay, and so the school district police department did not go and arrest this guy 2 days later for carrying a firearm at school?
Not in a school, sir. Not in a school.
So
Not
somebody
on a school
was
campus.
so somebody was carrying a firearm but not at a school? What's that about then?
Where is it that do you have are you a parent or
Yeah,
where is it that you're calling from?
I've got 3 kids in school, one in Mueller Elementary, and I've got 2 at the high school, and they have not been to school in 2 days because I heard this rumor that somebody snuck onto a school campus, completely undetected by your officers, and was there for over 20 minutes, and then was arrested by a SWAT team 2 days later at his home.
Oh no, sir. This individual walked into a building, a facility, a school-owned facility, but it was not a school campus.
What do you mean a school-owned facility? I mean, I do apologize. I don't mean to be rude here, but I hope you understand that I couldn't be more concerned.
I understand, sir. But your question to me was that the individual went in armed to a school campus. That is not the case. UISD owns tax offices, human resources buildings, food services buildings. Those are all part of the school district. And it is also unlawful to carry a weapon in one of those buildings.
Are there children present in those buildings then?
No, sir. It's only staff, like where they do the food, the tax office, only adults go and conduct business to pay their taxes, human resources, it's administrative buildings. Those are the type of buildings. There was an incident where an individual walked into one of the school facilities owned by the school district, but not a school campus.
What's the difference then? I mean, I'm trying to be patient here and not be upset. I'm trying to calm down.
The difference is that in a school campus, there's children or juveniles or even adults as students. Yes?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a school. That's a school.
Okay.
Our facilities, like I said, can be the SAC, which there's no students at the time. There's the Fine Arts Building. There's offices inside the Fine Arts. There's tax offices. There's no students in those buildings. There's no students in human resources. There's no students at the tax office. There's no students at the warehouses where they keep all the fixed assets like paper, printing shop, all those businesses where there are no students present. There's no educational classes going on.
There's no
excuse me?
So there's no educational classes going on?
Yes, sir. Like there's no students in those buildings. It is also illegal to carry weapons in those type of facilities that are owned by the school district.
Then how did he get in there and spend 20 minutes in there and then not get caught until 2 days later?
It's not that he spent 20 minutes. He was conducting official business. Of course, he was not allowed to. He was not supposed to. So everything has a process, sir. We cannot just go in there and arrest someone. We have to present all our evidence.
So you're telling me that somebody can walk into a school with a firearm and before you can arrest them, you have to go to a judge or something and prevent?
No, sir. No, sir. Not to a school, sir. We're talking about the buildings. Not a school. Schools are different. You cannot carry a firearm inside a school.
Well, you're telling me you can't carry a firearm inside of a building owned by the school that's leased to somebody else. Is that right?
It's leased by the school.
And you're telling me that those buildings firearms are also restricted, right?
Yes, sir, but there was no imminent threat when he walked in. We have to do an investigation. Now, if you would like more information, you can file an open records request. You are calling me, asking me if there was an individual going into a campus armed. And I'm telling you that is not the truth.
Okay, well, all right. I mean, I guess not being a lawyer, I don't understand what the difference is. You're telling me he walked into a school building, a school-owned building.
Yes, but there's no children there. You're asking me if there were students. You're asking me why there was an individual that was allowed to walk in to conduct business inside a school campus. And I'm telling you, that is not the truth.
Okay, and if someone were to walk into a school campus with a firearm, it would likely be days before you get a judge to issue a warrant.
No, sir. It's different in a school. We wouldn't allow it at all. Unless you are a police officer in a uniform.
I guess, again, I'm not a lawyer. I am misunderstanding why you would allow it in this school building and not in other school buildings.
Sir, the thing is that in the buildings that are owned by the school that are not educational institutions like campuses, police officers are not always there present as we are inside the campuses.
So this was the public information officer for the department on the phone with me, using the exact language in a statute, including the quote, school or educational institution, and claiming in the exact verbiage of the statute that Ismail did not enter a school or educational institution. Links are in the description for Ismail's YouTube and Facebook channels. Make sure to subscribe and follow there to get updates on this. And of course, there's also links and contact information for the school district and their police department. Either they allowed someone to enter a school with a gun and didn't do anything about it for 2 days like they initially claimed, or they lied about someone entering a school with a gun on a sworn affidavit in order to obtain a warrant. We all know that the latter is the case, and whoever signed their name on that affidavit needs to be facing criminal charges.
True. They do.
What about when you come up against him? What then?
Fight harder, I always have.
Take a look. His speed, his ferocity, his training. I see the power of belief. I see the League of Shadows resurging.
What's going on, everyone? Jim here from The Quartering, and this might be one of my favorite stories. I don't know how it will react. It's a good, kind of happy story. If you enjoy it, make sure you have a like down below, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe, and I'll add some more of these type of stories. So essentially, PETA might be the worst organization on the planet. Most people know that. Their advertising tactics, what they do to animals, are both terrible. And I'm going to show you statistically some evidence to back that up in case you're unaware of just how evil PETA is. Except this time, they tried to go after a family-owned seafood restaurant, and PETA suffered instant regret because they didn't back down, they fought back, and they humiliated them on the world stage. And I'm going to get into all that after a quick word from this video's sponsor, Sheath. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor. That's right, Sheath. These boxers are designed to keep everything nice, cool, and dry. I know it's like a weird thing to be thinking about, fellas, or making the switch, but I think you've got almost nothing to lose by trying out Sheath, and I bet you if you try them out, you really like them, and you'll support the channel by supporting us. Family-owned seafood restaurant makes PETA regret that it ever protested it. It all started with a billboard that PETA decided to put up next to a family-owned seafood restaurant in Baltimore. The quote animal rights group had apparently been using billboards to protest Jimmy's famous seafood in Baltimore for a little while. That family, the family that owns the restaurant, had seemingly had enough and decided that it was going to troll the trolls. What PETA probably didn't anticipate was how good at counter-trolling the restaurant would be. Jimmy first announced that he would begin the counterattack against the group in late February, announcing, "We're coming," over an exploding PETA board. I got it, billboard. The activist group responded to the restaurant, telling him that its response they wanted was for the restaurant to finally see fish and crabs for complex living, feeling beings they are. Look, you want to not eat meat? That's cool. You want to not eat, crabs and fish and all that? Also totally cool. Been with a vegetarian for 21 years. But when you start telling other people what to do, that's where I have a problem. So of course, you see the tweet here. Fast forward to Thursday, and the response from Jimmy's has finally been revealed with the billboards of their own. The two billboards side by side show a crab on one and a crab cake on the other. They died to be enjoyed, reads the first. It would be a sin to waste them, reads the second. You see this, they died to be enjoyed. It would be a sin to waste them, holding up a crab. You see, included in a picture in billboards is a woman holding a crab up. As Jimmy says in the tweet, this is just the beginning. As promised, our response to PETA's latest billboard stunt a few blocks from our family-owned restaurant. This is only phase 1. Phase 2 will hit much closer to home. He tweeted the restaurant. You can see this tweet here yesterday. It's unclear what, quote, closer to home means in the situation, but I'm willing to bet that Jimmy's is either about to set up a billboard near PETA HQ or they're about to expose PETA for the absolute hypocrites and nutcases they are. Either way, America is here for it. What Jimmy's doing is showing people how to handle radical activists, give no apology, show no guilt, and be brutally hilarious in your response. Radical activists find their true power in cowardice and compliance of their victims. When you don't give anything, they look foolish and weak. And this is an article from Red State by Brandon Morse. Shout out to Brandon. The great thing about all of this is just how terrible PETA is. And this viral story
gives me an opportunity to enlighten or discuss just how terrible they are. Now, this isn't a report from just the middle of last year, less than a year ago, where PETA had attempted, terribly so, to defend their extraordinarily high, much higher than anybody else's euthanasia rates. And they tried to explain exactly what it is. Well, let me just show you how PETA treats animals. The red line is how many animals in PETA's care get put down versus literally everyone else. Norfolk SPCA, VA, Virginia Beach animal, this is obviously must be in the state. So PETA puts down nearly 70% of animals in its care, despite graphically the percentage of unclaimed dogs that PETA puts down is much higher than the percentage of unclaimed dogs of any other shelter, probably ever. Okay, like received 800. I want you to think about this when you think about PETA. Okay, PETA received 831 dogs, 4 of which were reclaimed by the owner, netting 827. They adopted just 17 of those dogs. 64.2% of PETA's dogs were put down. 64%.
That sucks. Hey, they struck. That sucks.
Instead of taking care of these
That's why I'm
dogs,
taking back roads
or doing
right now
nothing,
anyway,
rehome them, or
to avoid
doing
traffic.
better
It's for rush hour.
train them if they are maybe aggressive or something like that. They do billboard stunts. That's what PETA does with all the millions of dollars that they get out of Hollywood weirdos. If you look at, let's say Norfolk SPCA, which took in about the same number, 799, compared to PETA's 831, right? 2 of which were reclaimed by owners, leaving them with 797. They adopted 715 of them by the Norfolk SPCA were adopted. Of the 827 received by PETA, just 30 more, only 17 of them were adopted out to a new home. The remaining were removed from this planet.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And the idea that PETA, so if you look at this article, in an interview posted to YouTube on January 6th, 2022, Ingrid Newkirk, founder of animal rights group PETA, discussed several subjects, including claims made in 2004 by comedy team Penn and Teller that PETA ends cats and dogs, which they do. Ms. Newkirk described that Penn and Teller claims cheap and misinformed. We've reported in the past, the example here, on the statistics compiled by Virginia's Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, showing PETA's shelter in Norfolk, Virginia has an extremely high rate of euthanasia when compared to any shelters operating in the very same state. According to Ms. Newkirk, PETA's shelter is an open admission shelter that takes in animals that are on their, quote, last legs. The dregs, if you will, she referred to these dogs, that have doors slammed shut on them in other places. The implication is that the reason for the high rate of euthanasia stated that, that's the implication, that's the reason for it. Ms. Newkirk stated that PETA would never euthanize a healthy animal. So they're saying that 700 out of 734 of them, or 650 out of 734 of them, were on their last leg. But none of these other shelters have that kind of rate anywhere near that rate. Now, animal services probably is a little different. That's like strays and stuff like that's actually pretty high too, 27%. But regardless, it's still less than half of what for ethical treatment of animals, by the way. Ms. Newkirk's interview came on the heels of an event recently sponsored by PETA called the Poochella event, which PETA described as a multi-shelter adoption event designed to help Virginia dogs find loving homes. According to PETA, their shelters, presumably PETA and 4 other local animal shelters that participated in the event, are bursting at the seams with wonderful dogs who would love great companions. Given its history of euthanizing the vast majority of dogs that it receives, the assertion that PETA is quote, bursting at the seams with dogs to be adopted struck us as questionable. So we decided to look at the reported data, and it is shocking. So I stand 1,000% 100%
Yeah, I know.
with this family-owned business. Wait, let me give them a shout out. If I'm ever in the area, I'm going to check out Jimmy's Famous Seafood, the Chesapeake Bay area. I see we have 136,000 views, only 900 likes though. Like, we see PETA raise another billboard 1 block from Jimmy's, prepare for our response. Well, that was the initial response, okay. Or that was the initial post. Here's the response post, which I'm hoping did a little bit better. Yes, 3,500 likes. And then they're selling people eating tasty animal shirts and all sorts of stuff like that. Absolutely love to see it. Good on them. Family-owned business, crushing PETA. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
We're heading to a Mexican restaurant.
More, maybe trespassing, maybe.
Sergeant Kurtz, you suck at fucking parking, bro.
Look at this guy, all over the place. Don't even park. I guess I got another home, dude.
MCC. Yeah, as we head west, more and more snow. Weird. Usually the closer you are to the lake, the more snow there is. D News is snowboarding. Woo down! Woo! I'll have to do some Dukes of Hazzard shit there.
Man, they tear these cars up. Look at that.
Well, they got them in arrest in there. For some reason he's arrested. I'll pull a case number there. She's got to transport the wheelchair. That's the worst when you got to do that. They never fit anywhere. Look at her radar until that mark. She breaks radar too.
Sounds like fun. I don't snowboard, I ski, but yeah.
Anyway. Something got him. Got him an arrest. Maybe a warrant, maybe trespassing, maybe panhandling. Who knows? We're gonna find out. Sergeant Kurt's gonna get his illegally parked vehicle out of here. You don't check behind him when he's backing up. What's up, Hayden? No, you're good. They got him a guy in a wheelchair. They arrested a guy in a wheelchair here. Something stupid, maybe a warrant, maybe trespass.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Now, there is going to be a whole lot of news.
It's been a long time since I've done it. I don't know if I would even go if I was invited again. I'm 51 now, so.
Becoming a lawyer or going to law school, spending thousands of hours with your nose in a book, reading cases. I mean, just the legal jargon by itself is friggin' torturous. But despite that, of course, it's quite important, and so we have to make certain exceptions. With the release of all the January 6 footage, not only is the narrative shifting quite quickly, but a big topic of conversation is what is the legal ramification for people that are facing prosecution, federal charges. But the video evidence is one thing. Things are getting real spicy now as federal prosecutors inadvertently disclosed likely classified information that may lead to a mistrial in the prosecution of the Proud Boys, specifically one individual known as Dominic Pizzello. These documents are suggesting something seriously sinister. More FBI corruption. Let me show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so we're going to start off with this document right over here. This is a motion to dismiss the January 6th Proud Boys trial, United States of America versus Dominic Pizzola. Defendant Pizzola's motion for dismissal with prejudice, or in the alternative, mistrial regarding revelations on Tucker Carlson and associated testimony in the discovery of massive Brady and Jenks violations of due process and the Sixth Amendment with included memorandum of law. Defendant Dominic Pizzola, by and through his counsel Roger Roots and Stephen Metcalf, hereby move the court for dismissal of the indictment in this case with prejudice.
What's up, D-News?
Revelations on the Tucker Carlson show.
Skiing?
Testimony on Thursday, March 2nd, as well as
We're getting ready to stop food here.
on March 8th, which established that the prosecution
Me and the wife.
monitoring attorney-client communications of defendants, destroying evidence,
Snowboarding, I mean.
fabricating evidence involving confidential human sources, CHSs. Pizzola requests an evidentiary hearing. And of course, it's just a bunch of legal jargon, but it's way more than that. Leftoids are dismissing this entirely. But if
Yeah,
I were
we're
you,
not
leftoids,
gonna get 'em all.
Seriously paying attention, because this entire case might have to be thrown. I was reporting on it. Spill of classified information derails Proud Boys trial. Federal prosecutors inadvertently disclosed likely classified materials to Proud Boys defense attorneys. Justice Department officials indicated on Thursday
357
that has derailed for at least a full day the most important trial to emerge from the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The admission in court by a top DOJ
This place just
official
opened back.
in
They
connection
were renovating, so they just opened back up yesterday. So we'll see how busy they are.
has already spent 2 days testifying about the Proud Boys' January 6th activities. Their march to the Capitol from the Washington Monument, and key role in the breaches that led to the broader attack. As part of her testimony, prosecutors shared with defense lawyers a set of
We're all
internal
abnormal.
FBI messages.
What is normal, Chopper?
Sent and received from colleagues related to the case. Standard production of evidence in criminal cases. To compile those exchanges, FBI headquarters sent Miller a spreadsheet of her messages, culled from a computer network classified at the secret level. Miller then
It was
reviewed
live. I got a
messages and
notification that he was
filtered them
live. I was about to
relevant
jump over to
classified
him.
exchanges were included. In the latest hiccup in a seditious conspiracy trial that has been marked by excruciating delays and extended legal disputes, prosecutors say that Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio and 4 leaders of the group schemed to prevent the transfer of power from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. The group, according to the Justice Department, split into teams that helped engineer the breach of police lines and ultimately the building itself, when one of the defendants, Dominic Pizzola, smashed a Senate wing window with a stolen riot shield. This is a photo of Proud Boy member Dominic Pizzola, who is in fact smashing a window breaching the Capitol with a riot shield. The feds are charging him with seditious conspiracy, but the entire case is now in limbo. In fact, I even believe that the jury has been dismissed, at least temporarily, as leaked documents or leaked messages are now showing that in this case, the FBI attempted to withhold information, operate without oversight by Congress, delete thousands of messages, destroy evidence, and alter the record, edit themselves out of the equation behind the scenes. as
So
they
we're gonna eat
operate
some
this case.
Mexican food. We may be back. I'm gonna be on the desktop later. Maybe some poker and stuff. We gotta drive to Indiana tomorrow. Put the deposit down on a new pug. So thanks everybody who joined just now. I know that the stream was in and out as I was when I first started, but wife is hungry, so I gotta feed her. So she's parked right behind me there.
Witness Special Counsel Nicole Miller was cross-examined.
Oh, we will.
She testified that she understood her
I'd bring it in there, but it's got a metal roof in this building, and you can't even get signal on your phone hardly.
Subject matter of her testimony. testimony, Miller acknowledged that among those statements were messages that she sent in the FBI's link messaging system, where Bureau
Yeah, I guess they are hauling ass.
She testified that in order to comply with her
All
duties
right.
obligations,
Looks like she's on the phone though. She may be talking to him.
spreadsheet, which was then produced to the USAO. The version of Miller's Excel sheet produced to the defense contained 25 rows of her link messages.
You ready? Okay, I think she's ready. All right, guys, I will be back later on tonight. I'll do the desktop stream. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.
However, a close examination of the agent's sheet revealed